about doing something for benefit of the world, but in reality they are working against the citizens below, because they think that the elite will always prevail. The elite always goes to those nice, good schools. The elite always marries between each other. They maintain the blood very close among certain families, so they can keep the power together and the structure together. And the elite on the top is not of a particular religion, because they are Satanist, so they are fundamentally atheist. The Satan likes to play tricks with men and to make them think they are in control, and actually the greatest trick that he can play on men is to make them believe he doesn't exist. So for these people on the top level, it's very easy to become atheist and to use this at their advantage.
Basically you talk about conspiracy. Yeah, but don't we have like a democracy, or like we have elections and things like that?
Well, we have a facade which is dedicated to the normal people, to the mass, to make them happy, create a democracy that reflects really the need of the people to feel free in some way, even when they are not really free. Because obviously if they realize the power that these structures have upon their daily life, they will probably rebel. So everything is made in a way to make them believe the contrary of what is actually happening. And I think that the structure of Freemasonry is at the lower level one of the most important structures, but then you have to go up to the Illuminati societies, the various secret societies involved at the top, to get to the people who are really manipulating the whole thing. And those people are the usual families of Zionists and the Vatican, who is supporting them. So you have these people who want to implement the New World Order, are a series of knights from the knighthoods recognized by the Vatican, like the Knights of the Holy Sepulchre or the Knights of Malta, the Knights of St. John. These knights are all part of the secret services in America, in the CIA, in the MI6, in the MI5, in England. So these people who belong to these intelligence services have double loyalty, not only to their country but also to a holy order they belong to, and that holy order is under the control of the Pope and under the control of the various leaders of these knighthood orders. There is many knighthood orders also outside of the Vatican that control all sorts of parts of the aristocracy. We have the Royal Order of the Garter in England, which includes all the members of the various European aristocratic bloodlines that are more or less all interconnected with each other. And then you have, for example, for the Austrians, also the Teutonic Knights still exist. And we can say that all these knighthoods have, in a way, they function as a military structure, invisible military structure that is not in the eyes of everybody, but only in the eyes of the people who know what is the significance of this cross put in a certain way, or this other color for this other garment, or whatever. They use special crosses, symbols to recognize each other, like they do in Freemasonry with the square of the compass. Is the most basic thing. Then you have many other degrees and many other symbols to wear, or many other knighthood orders that are connected also to Freemasonry. Freemasonry is born out of the knighthood orders as a necessity to also involve the lower sides of the Western society in this pyramid, and to make them all involved. That's why in England, for example, you have almost, well, in Great Britain, in the whole Great Britain, almost 500,000 Freemasons. So you have not an elitarian society, but a big society with an elite that sits in the center, ruling all these people. and they literally rule them by the stick, and they control them. And certain lodges are involved with for example, like the Quote Coronati in the rebuilding of King Solomon's Temple, in what is a project that they want to have, despite of all the problems that this might create. And they have already, with actually Di Bernardo, founded the lodge after the killing of Isaac Rabin, and this lodge is in the Temple Mount, just near the mosque, and near one of the most holy, say, shrines of Islam in Jerusalem. And they also happen to do these rituals in secret under what is now the Al-Aqsa Mosque. There is some tunnels built where there was the old temple of King Solomon. And in these tunnels and in these secret places, they activate these ceremonies with high priest, high priestess, and they really are into pagan worship, these ancient family lines, especially from Europe, because this they think this is their origin, and so to respect their origin they have to be pagan worshippers of these specific cults. The drug trade is absolutely connected to the elite. I was even witness to how the elite traded with weapons, like the P2 Lodge, people like Regular Lodge of England, with the weapon trade, but also with the drug trade in South America, in Cancun, Mexico, bringing the drugs in with the CA through Colombia, Bolivia, down into Mexico, then into America. And this is always done with the help of and the supervision always of the CIA and of the NSA and those agencies that are supposed to work for us, but are interested that this drug trade goes on because it involves the weapon trade, it involves certain kinds of exchanges, so it's all interconnected, so it becomes all legal. They are working within on the boundaries, really on the edge with legality. So they are always trying to find a way just in between.
What's the European Union connection and what's going on in Brussels?
The European Union was born, as we know, with the Treaty of Rome. That already should make you understand that it's born in Rome, territory of the Vatican. There is a treaty there. The Treaty of Rome gives birth to this new entity, which is part of is working under the American establishment, because the European Union has never the strength to rebel against anything that America says or America decides for them. The European Union is a way also of implementing the one-world government, to take over the frontiers, take away the frontiers, take over the borders, and to found a one-world government. So it's one way closer, to unify America, Europe, and they want to unify and destroy the borders because they want to control more people. And in Europe we have the possibility of controlling millions of people now with the European Union. And the European Union is definitely destroying also the national identity slowly by globalization, by creating the same 7-Eleven here or in Helsinki, or if you go to the other side of Europe, I understand that the same McDonald's, the same. For example, we were promoting Turkey, the situation in Turkey. They organized last year, 2 years ago, a meeting for all the Grand Lodges of the Klipsas to meet in Istanbul. And this because they want to now get Turkey inside Europe. So the lodges of Freemasons move with their businesses, their Rotary clubs, their network, trying to embrace this whole, because when you're talking about Europe, Europe is a state made out of states, but for me, Europe is made out of corporates that rule Europe, and out of banks that rule Europe. You know, you have you have, I don't know, HSBC here, or you have it there, you have it, and they want to expand now to Turkey, and now Turkey is the next big thing, because it's not Christian country, but at the same time they want to, you know, the Pope wants to have control over the whole of Europe, so it's making their own, implementing their own way